President Trump has been a disruptor on the world stage since taking office. The man who seems to see most of his moves as transactions often catches U.S. allies off guard. He's pulled the U.S. out of several international agreements, arguing that they're unfair to America. In his first month in office, he nixed U.S. involvement in an Obama-era trade deal called the Trans-Pacific Partnership. The 11 remaining nations in that deal have since brought it back under a modified name. Then in the summer of last year, President Trump announced the U.S. withdrawal from the Paris Climate Accord. That's an historic initiative aimed at combating global warming. And how about President Trump's assertive moves this year, threatening to rip up NAFTA, his trade war with China? That's gotten to the point where roughly half the goods we get from that country are subject to tariffs, paid by American importers and consumers. President Trump says other countries are ripping off America, though he sometimes doesn't give a lot of details to support his criticisms. In 2016, President Trump used his America First message to aid his political rise. Much to many of his supporters' delight, he's taken a wrecking ball to establishment politics, uprooting norms and confronting other world leaders with a more brazen approach than his predecessor. During his address before the UN General Assembly this year, he said he'll fight for American sovereignty above all else.
America is governed by Americans. We reject the ideology of globalism, and we embrace the doctrine of patriotism.
If that seems at odds with the UN's mission of supporting collaboration between countries so they can address global problems, just listen to the UN Secretary General moments before President Trump took the stage.
And we need to show the added value of international cooperation by delivering peace, defending human rights, and driving economic and social progress for women and men everywhere.
President Trump's foreign policy has rubbed many U.S. partners the wrong way. But ramping up tariffs, scaling down the number of refugees the U.S. allows in, and walking away from international agreements is Trump's M.O.
Sovereign and independent nations are the only vehicle where freedom has ever survived. Democracy has ever endured. Where peace has ever prospered. And so we must protect our sovereignty and our cherished independence above all.